Ryan Garcia just did an X Spaces. And in that space, in this clubhouse type audio, Ryan said some things that were really disrespectful to Shakur Stevenson. Then he summoned Shakur Stevenson into the chat and the two went back and forth. This video, we're going to talk about what culminated on that fateful day in the X Spaces. I'm going to give you guys some of my thoughts and let you know what went on between Ryan Garcia and Shakur Stevenson. Oh, yeah. They also agreed to fight. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Today's video comes with a quick preamble. I'm a very transparent person. I listened in on Ryan Garcia's spaces with Shakur Stevenson. Initially, it didn't have anything to do with Shakur Stevenson. However, the chat, someone asked a question of Ryan Garcia and Shakur's name came up. Then Ryan started dissing on Shakur. Then someone got the bright idea, said, oh, invite Shakur into the spaces. He's probably on Twitter. He's Shakira Twitterson. Then they sent him a link. Rest is history. This is going to be a condensed version of the video because I want you guys to hear, overall what went on. If you want me to do a full video, I need a couple things from you. If you enjoyed this video and got any content and value out of this content, throw a like on the video, subscribe, the usual. Also, type the word Shakur in the comment section. If enough people type the word Shakur in my comment section, that will let me know that I need to do a full-length video on Ryan, and then we can listen to it in detail, and your boy Ego can deep dive into what I just witnessed. So the choice is yours. You guys let me know. I'm always transparent with you guys, let you know what's needed on my end to make everything work. I have no problem kicking out the content, but it takes a lot of work. I'm one person. I edit the audio to make it sound, because I have to clean up the audio, do my edits, then sit down and review something I've already listened to. In this instance, it's a lot of work. You guys do what you do and let me know in the comment section. Also, I got to see the likes. I'm not even going to reveal the number. The likes need to reach a certain amount of number, and then I'll make the follow-up video to this. For now, enjoy the condensed version. Rock and roll, and as always, roll the clip.
You know I was the truth, bro. I didn't say you weren't.
That first voice is Shakur talking.
You know I was the truth, bro. I didn't say you weren't good. You know I was the truth, bro. I never said you weren't good, I was the truth. You know I was the truth. I was the best fighter that you ever been in a ring with, bro. I don't know during that time, I was the best fighter, bro. Who did you fight that was on my level, bro?
Now, keep in mind, I'm just throwing you into the mix of the argument. So I'm going to break down what's happening. Shakur is saying, I was the best fighter that you ever fought in the AMs to that point. Now, initially, he said, I am the best fighter that you ever seen and ever fought, basically. And then I think he thought of it and he realized that Ryan did step in the ring with Gervonta Davis, who is a guy we know Shakur Stevenson respects his skill set and respects him as a fighter. And I think he kind of walked it back or took it back a little, said at that time. If you notice, he added at that time because Ryan, you can't discredit, he did step in the ring with a tremendous talent in Gervonta Davis. But he initially said, if you listen, and we're going to run it back, he said, I was the best fighter you ever fought in your life. And then he softened it by saying, at that time, listen.
You know I was the truth, bro. I didn't say you weren't good. You know I was the truth, bro. I never said you weren't good, though. You know I was the truth. You know I was the truth. I was the best fighter that you ever been in a ring with, bro. I don't know during that time, I was the best fighter, bro. Who did you fight that was on my level, bro? Bro, you're skillful, bro, but you're missing something and you know it.
Ryan said, I never said you weren't good, but you're missing something, and you know that. And I think he's referring to power.
During that time, I was the best fighter, bro. Who did you fight?
He said, I was the best fighter you ever fought, and then Ryan's like, I don't know about that.
Truth. You know, I was the truth. I was the best fighter that you ever been in a ring with, bro.
I don't know
During
about
that
that,
time,
bro.
I was
I
the
don't know
best
about
fighter.
that, bro.
Bro, who
You're
did you
up
fight
there,
that was
bro.
on my level, bro?
Bro, you're skillful, bro, but you're missing something and you know it.
Who
I'm
I'm
just
the
keeping it real.
truth.
who are
Ryan, I am the truth,
this?
bro.
Bro, but why?
I am the truth. I don't know, that reminds me of Nas. I am the truest. Name a rapper that I ain't influenced.
The
Okay, then why
truth.
didn't you whoop
I'm
the
like
fuck out
that,
of
bro.
Edwin Del Santos?
Oh,
Bro, I had a
he said, if you the truth, then why didn't you beat the F out of Edwin De Los Santos in your last fight?
bro, I had a up hand, bro.
Okay,
Look, it's a post
I'm
on
not
Twitter.
saying you did or did not. I'm just saying,
Cool.
why didn't you him up? That's all I was asking.
He's saying, so Ryan's saying, if you all that, if you all this and all that, why didn't you demolish Edwin De Los Santos? To which Shakur said, I had a messed up hand. He's saying his hand was injured.
Will you fight me if you win?
Shakur changes the subject. Will you fight me if you win versus Devin
That's
Haney?
all I was asking.
Will you fight me if you win April 20th? That's the question.
I want the rematch with Tank. If I can't get that rematch, we'll
Oh
start
my
talking.
God, bro.
Hey, see, Shakur not trying to. Hey, I like that moment from Shakur. That was a good. I think Shakur, because he did deflect. Shakur did deflect. Let's not say that, because Ryan brought up the subject of Edwin De Los Santos. Shakur spent a millisecond, said I was injured. I had an effed up hand. That's why. And then he moved on real quick. But I like that from Shakur. That was a nice little comeback. He was like, basically he's saying, bump all that. Will you fight me after April 20th after Devin Haney? And Ryan paused. And again, I haven't made the full video. That's on you guys by typing the word that I said earlier in this particular live. But I got to admit, Shakur, I was in the Twitter spaces before Shakur entered. Listen, we're going to go like this. I was in the spaces before Shakur was sent the link, before his name even came up. So I was just listening, right? Doing my work and listening in the background. They were gaslighting Ryan Garcia something crazy. Everybody was glazing Ryan Garcia. Like, you would think Ryan walked on water. Everything he did was wow. They was talking bad about Gervonta Davis, and they were talking real bad about Shakur Stevenson before he got there. And me being a fair, unbiased critic, when Shakur pulled up, as you're hearing from this audio, I will say Ryan's energy did change. Again, if you want the full video, and we'll go into it, and then I'll be able to point out the specific parts. But for now, you got to take my word for it, or just go listen to the spaces yourself. Ryan's energy for sure changed. When Shakur wasn't in the spaces, he was talking even greasier. But then when Shakur pulled up and he's like, will you fight me? He's like, oh, but I want to fight Gervonta Davis after Devin, and let me get the Gervonta rematch. But we don't even know if that's a sellable fight. It depends how he does with Devin Haney. But beyond that, Tank has his own order of business, and he's the A side, and he already stopped you. We don't even know if anyone wants to see that fight. So I don't know why Ryan thinks he's going to just immediately get a rematch with Tank Davis. But just listen, Ryan's energy did change a bit, because he's saying stuff like, oh, okay, I was just asking. Like, but before that, he was talking crazy. He said Shakur Stevenson pooped his pants, and they pantsed him, and everybody seen that he had, like, it's doo-doo, baby. They said he had doo-doo skid marks or something. That's what he was saying. And he was saying all this before Shakur got there, and then he, like, toned it down when Shakur did get there. I'm just being real. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Throw a like on the video.
Question.
I want the rematch with Tank. If I can't get that rematch, we'll start talking.
Oh my God, bro.
I do, bro.
Oh
What?
my
I've been
God.
telling everybody that since the beginning.
That's a legitimate excuse.
I told.
Now, one thing I gotta chime in again. It's my channel. I gotta chime in. One thing I hate about the Spaces setup is there's unmiked people that aren't famous, that aren't knowledgeable, that know nothing about boxing. And just because it was Ryan Garcia's Spaces, there were people in there who were just talking and trying to they were almost trying to jump Shakur Stevenson, right? Where Shakur say something and then you heard someone jump in and said that's a legitimate excuse. That's a legitimate excuse. Like, we don't need to hear from the peanut gallery. These are like dudes that work regular jobs and make no money in boxing, and then we supposed to value your opinion. Some people, like for example, somebody in the spaces, they was like, "Oh, Shakur, would you drop down and wait to fight Gervonta Davis?" And I was like thinking, like, what? Why would he have to drop down if they in the same weight class? Clearly, they didn't know that though.
At the beginning,
that's a legitimate excuse.
See, that random voice, that's a legitimate excuse. Who is that?
I want the rematch with Tank. If I can't get that rematch, we'll start talking.
God, bro.
I do, bro.
Oh my
I've been telling everybody that since the beginning.
That's a legitimate excuse.
I told Charlamagne that I would fight you. Did I not?
No, you barely said it. You said you want to fight everybody but me.
Hey, I didn't know people wanted to watch it.
Ryan kind of contradicted himself. He was on the Breakfast Club and he said, "I told Charlamagne the God that I wanted to fight you. Did I not?" And then Shakur responded, "You barely said anything, barely mentioned my name about fighting." And then Ryan says, "Oh, that's because I didn't know anyone wanted to see the fight." So how are you in one breath you're saying that you were down to fight Shakur Stevenson as if you called him out, and then you're saying I didn't know anyone wanted to see the fight? That's a contradiction. These are two different things. And I watched the Breakfast Club interview with Ryan Garcia, and I actually don't remember him. I remember Shakur's name coming up, and then I think he even said something to the effect of like, nobody wants to see that. That's what Ryan said. So Ryan is making it sound like he's wolfing. Just go watch the Breakfast Club and then listen to my video and then run it back. Ryan's making it sound like he was on the Breakfast Club screaming at Shakur Stevenson's name. If anything, he was dissing him and saying he boring and stuff like that. And he's uppity or cocky. But now he's making it sound like he called him out to Charlamagne, which is not true.
Tank, if I can't get that rematch, we'll start talking.
God, bro.
I do, bro. I've been telling everybody that since the beginning.
That's a legitimate excuse.
I told Charlamagne that I would fight you. Did I not?
No, you barely said it. You said you want to fight everybody but me.
Hey, I didn't know people wanted to watch it. Did you know? I didn't know. Ain't nobody told me to fight you.
Man, stop it, bro. You could.
That's why Shakur is in the right. Go watch that Breakfast Club interview and listen to the section about Shakur. The man just said a contradiction in your face, and we're just gonna act like he didn't. See, that's what separates boxing ego content from the mother dudes. Doesn't make sense. He's saying, "I told Charlamagne I wanted to fight you. Did I not?" And then Shakur's like, "You barely even mentioned my name." Da, 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 da. And then he was like, "I didn't know no one wanted to see the fight." So if you didn't know if anyone wanted to see the fight, then why would you have mentioned Shakur Stevenson's name as a possible candidate to fight? That doesn't even make sense.
Stop capping, bro.
One more time.
God,
I do, bro.
I've
been telling everybody that since the beginning.
That's a legitimate excuse.
I told Charlamagne that I would fight you. Did I not?
No, you barely said it. You said you want to fight everybody but me.
Hey, I didn't know people wanted to watch it. Did you know? I didn't know. Ain't nobody told me to fight you.
Man, stop it, bro. You can stop capping, bro.
I'm being real, bro. Okay, bro. You don't think I would fight you, bro?
Everybody being real.
So
keep it real, my boy.
Okay, so I fought Gervonta. I'm fighting fucking Devin. You don't think I'm gonna fight you? Why would I not fight you?
I mean, that's kind of a solid point by Ryan. He's saying, I've already fought Gervonta. I'm about to fight Devin. Why would I not fight you? But, you know, he does have, well, he hasn't made it to April 20th, so I can't really give him credit to that. We don't know what happens in that fight. I mean, I think I know what happens, but we don't know definitively. So, yeah, you're scheduled to fight Devin Haney. So, you know, he kind of has a point. But at the same time is, you got to look at it like this. Shakur has the ability to make fighters look bad and make it for an ugly fight and drop your stock because you're swinging and punching ropes and stuff like that. So, yeah, I can see there's guys that aren't going to want to fight that style because they're not going to gel well or look good versus that style.
Okay, so can you give me your word that if you come out, even if you don't come out victorious,
I know I'm going to come out victorious.
Will you fight me next?
CZ, give me your word that if you come out victorious versus Devin Haney and then Ryan cut him off, I know I'm going to come out victorious. So April 20th, we're going to see.
Will you fight me next?
If I don't get the rematch.
See, Hey, I'm being real. Ryan's energy is changing. If you would have heard how we was talking about Shakur Stevenson and the doodoo stains and the dookie, and he said Shakur Stevenson coach slept around with somebody, some judge or PR person, and he was robbing him. He was talking way more greasy, and now there's some pauses and ums and ahs and silence, and that when Shakur wasn't there, it was a different energy. I'm trying to tell you.
Even if you don't come out victorious,
I know I'm gonna come out victorious.
Will you fight me next?
Shakur is basically saying, win, lose, or draw, will you fight me next?
So can you give me your word that if you come out, even if you don't come out victorious,
I know I'm gonna come out victorious.
Will you fight me next? Will you fight me next?
If I don't get the rematch with Tank, I will do it. You have my word. You have my word.
Unfortunately, Ryan's word to me don't really mean as much because of how he conducts himself. What do I mean? So Ryan Garcia said he was getting off social media, no? He was like, yeah, that's it. I'm not talking about nothing but boxing. And, you know, I'm putting the social media down. 1 minute he said he don't have phones. Then he got phones and he's doing all these cryptic posts. But even after that, he said, I'm getting off social media and I'm just going to focus. From here on out, you guys have my word that I'm only talking about boxing. Days later, maybe an hour later, who knows, Ryan Garcia was talking about aliens and time travel and the kids and just different things like that, which wasn't part of the game plan. He said he was sticking to boxing only. So Ryan is promising Shakur Stevenson, but he showed in the past that, like he said, he did a poll and said Devin Haney was winning, so he'll fight Devin Haney. Then out of nowhere, he switched up and said he's going to fight Rolly. Then he announced the Rolly fight, and in the Rolly fight, we found out Rolly's fighting Pitbull Cruz, so it was kind of all over the place. So I don't know how much Ryan's word means at this point, but I'll let y'all continue.
Will you fight me next?
If I don't get the rematch with Tank, I will do it. You have my word. You have my word.
You said if
what? If I don't get the rematch with Tank, you have my word. We'll fight.
He confirmed.
Shakur, you going to?
Okay, cool.
Does that work?
That's all I want to
hear.
You
got my word.
Yeah, that's all I want to hear,
For
bro.
sure.
That's all I want to hear.
If you were right here, I
want to fight you, bro. Hey, good luck on your fight, bro. Hey, no disrespect. I don't think that you could beat him with your mental now, as far as what I see on social media.
Shakur Stevenson says, good luck on your fight. Based on what I'm seeing on social media, I don't think you could beat Devin Haney, but good luck. And I think a lot of people kind of have that sentiment of, is Ryan mentally prepared?
Fight, bro. Hey, no disrespect. I don't think that you could beat him with your mental now, as far as what I see on social media.
But when I beat him, but can you give me respect and be like, yo, respect, Ryan did.
Hell yeah, no. You beat him, I'm gonna give you your respect, bro.
Thanks,
you deserve
bro.
it, bro.
All right, bro. All right, we'll chat later.
You know I was the truth, bro.
So there we have it. Things got pretty heated, but there was like, I'm telling you, the spaces is cool. Maybe I'm a boomer, I don't know, but it's cool, but it also ain't cool because there was like jumping Shakur Stevenson, and I think that's corny. Like, that's not fair. It's like not a fair debate if it's on Ryan's platform. There's no mediators, people jumping off the mics or however that works. And then they're like, oh yeah, shut up, Shakur. And they like, they was kind of being low-key disrespectful, some of the people, to Shakur Stevenson. And then like trying to chime in and almost make it about them. And like, I don't really like that because this is boxing. We care about the boxers. Like, I really don't care if it was just Shakur. For me, I'm just telling you my honest opinion. It could have just been Ryan and Shakur on the phone, period. And they just did a spaces to the face and everybody else was just listeners. That's what I would have preferred, because people are chiming in and like doing too much and being a little bit disrespectful and like, man, shut up, Shakur. And it was just like a weird energy. But credit to Ryan Garcia for shaking stuff up and utilizing the spaces and social media. He's definitely good at that, drawing eyeballs onto social media. And, you know, he definitely got people talking. Now, again, I stand on this. Ryan's energy changed when Shakur pulled up. He literally tweeted, and he was like, his tweet was more gangster, and he didn't talk like that when Shakur was actually there. Shakur says after that, he says, Ryan said he will fight me next. Let's hold him to his word. Ryan said, join the space, itch with a B. Beezy, like, see, and he had all capital Oh no, it doesn't have capital. It has exclamation points. Your help your coach effing that girl from the USA PR team. Don't think we didn't peep that. Whoa, like see how he's talking, but then on the stream you heard it. He wasn't talking like that. Shakur Stevenson was like, I beat him so easy. Ryan Garcia was the easiest win in that tournament. I remember telling people he was trash before the fight. Shakur Stevenson, boom. So again, if you guys want that full video, really breaking down the space, a lot was talked about, if you will. Shakur, what he just tweeted, he pretty much said in the spaces, he was like, I beat you. That was easy work. Ask anybody. Your mom was a judge. Nobody thinks you won. Ryan is claiming robbery. I haven't seen the fight. Hopefully somebody do like the Tank and Devin sparring and leak it or point me in the direction of it. I'll watch it, but I want to see. I haven't personally seen it, so I don't know who won, but they have conflicting storylines as to what happened. Let me know what you guys think. And if you want that full-fledged Boxing Ego deep dive, oh, I'm about to dive in. Let me know in the comments.